This cognitive or psychological or firmware update, if you will, of the human mind carries a great promise. I see no other way out. Hello, everyone. Are you a pessimist or an optimist? Do you believe that we are headed towards World War III or some technocratic dystopian future where we will be ruled by a social credit score system, kind of like what's happening in China? Or are you an optimist, believing perhaps that we are actually headed towards a utopian that will be catered by artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and other such technologies? Because we are living in interesting times, technologically speaking. We are living in a type of renaissance. But the human mind and the human spirit have been lagging behind. We have not made certain firmware or software updates to our psyche, per se, and we have not adopted certain mindsets of goodwill and good faith to all mankind. This update was already given to us by Jesus Christ. When he condensed the law and the prophets. Of course, you could argue that perhaps other people have come up with golden rules or categorical imperatives, kind of like Immanuel Kant. But pragmatically speaking, Jesus Christ has created the most effective valence or emotional drives for people to be altruistic. And when Jesus Christ condensed the law and the prophets to two major commandments, when he distilled and brought it in that form, he was showing the essence of what humanity needs to propel ourselves towards the best possible outcome, even given our limitations of resources in cognitive capacities and empathy. If we all sincerely acknowledge those limitations and seek that highest possible good, we will create a better world tomorrow. So again, when Jesus synthesized the law and the prophets, he condensed them into these two commandments: to love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself. This cognitive or psychological or firmware update, if you will, of the human mind carries a great promise. For if you love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, which we can define God as the highest possible good, the highest conceivable good. And if you desire that connection of your neighbor to the highest possible good, as you seek that connection of yourself to the highest possible good, because everyone desires the best for themselves. But if you seek that collectively and jointly towards God, it's the perfect triangulation between God, the others, and yourself. And that is what it means to love. Much is said about love by philosophers and thinkers, but it is best described or represented in the human drama of God sending his Son into the world to die for us. In essence, God dying for you and I, so that you and I may have life. And not simply this organic life in this human avatar, but transcendent, eternal life. I see no other way out. I see Christ as our only way out of our human condition, or the human predicament of mortality, and before that mortality, of producing hellish situations for yourself and others. Can we be intentional about seeking that highest possible good? Is that something we have the power to do? Or are we just doomed to let things run their course, for wars to happen, famines, and all these other humanitarian crises and human tragedies? I want to leave those thoughts with you, and I hope that you and I can have a true renaissance of sorts, an enlightenment experience that will lead us to seek the highest possible good, not only for yourself and for your being, but for your family, friends, society, and civilization at large, that we may truly understand what it means to love even your enemies. The world needs to hear messages like this more than ever. Let us be the resistance. Let us be the resistance to evil and darkness, that we may be animated and filled with enthusiasm to seek the highest possible good, or better said, to seek God. Come join me on this journey, on this quest for truth, for I am not seeking things on blind faith. I want to seek that which truly is, also known as the truth, so that we may find meaning and purpose in life. Welcome to Thoughts for Renaissance, and I wish you all eternal life.